and gentlemen, hasn't Anthony been doing a wonderful job these last few weeks? It's fine. You have been doing a great job. And Seth, I would be lying if I didn't say that you exceeded my expectations in making it to match 5. But you started this to prove that you're right and we're wrong. So when you are in the middle of this ring and the ref counts to 3, I want you to remember that wrestling's not about who's right and who's wrong. It's about separating the strong from the weak. And as you walk to the back in defeat and these bumbling idiots try and make you feel just a little bit better, know that Anthony had the willingness and ability to do what it takes to win, and you did not. And when you go back to your pathetic little life, you at least won the knowledge of knowing why you lost. But it's okay. You don't have to beat yourself up. You're just one of many who couldn't do what it takes to beat Anthony.
And ladies and gentlemen, Hostile Environment 2013 is underway. Brett Wolverton here with Andrew Pendelton III. Andrew Pendelton, this is one of the biggest nights of the Anarchy calendar, Hostile Environment 2013.
I'm just surprised that they didn't bring in more talent for this. I'm sitting here with Brett Wolverton. You figure we'd have a higher class announcer to really get the thing going. But they brought out Brett Wolverton, so we're going to work with what we have to. And I'm sorry for the fans at home that have to listen to his voice for the next couple hours. Makes me sick to my stomach, but it's okay.
Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're kicking things off with the 5th match in the best of 5 series as Anthony Henry going one-on-one with Seth DeLay. Seth DeLay going after the knee and leg of Anthony Henry. This series tied 2-2. This is the final match, Andrew. One of these superstars will get that 3rd victory here tonight.
And you talk about an impressive series of matches. 2 guys that are pushing each other and a slap right across the face of Anthony Henry. And if I was Seth DeLay, I don't know if I'd want to do that. The trading shots.
You know, the wild card in this contest could be Miss Rachael out on the floor observing right now, but she has been known to get involved in these contests when the action gets a little too close to her.
Well, as we just heard from Miss Rachael, and she hit the nail on the head, it's not about who's right and who's wrong, it's about who wins the match. And she's fairly confident that Anthony Henry's going to win this 5th match and put the nail in the coffin tonight. And again, she made mention to these fans. She said these stupid fans aren't going to make a difference in this match. All they can do is make Seth DeLay feel a little bit better as he's hanging his head in shame and walking to the back.
Well, Seth DeLay has been at a disadvantage through most of this series as he suffered a shoulder injury fairly early on in this best of 5 challenge. And it's been something that Anthony Henry has targeted week in and week out as this series has gone on.
Oh, so that's what we're blaming it on? Not his substandard skill compared to Anthony Henry, or his lack of strength, or his lack of power, or any of the other numerous factors that are in the advantage of Anthony Henry? You think it's because of his shoulder? Well, that shows you how little you know about professional wrestling, Wolverton. That's why I said, get a professional out here. I cannot work with you.
Both Henry and DeLay up in that high-risk area. Henry has DeLay over the shoulder breaker from the top rope. And this is what I mentioned. He's going to work on that injured shoulder. I don't recall ever seeing Anthony Henry use a shoulder breaker from the top rope before.
Anybody could have told you he's going to isolate that shoulder. His shoulder's hurt. That's just a smart move. Are you saying that Anthony Henry's intelligent? Well, good job. I would hope everybody in that ring's intelligent. Good job, Wolverton. But crackerjack observation. You know what? Hey, let me guess. The person that pins the other guy's going to win, right?
That's right.
You are the John Madden of professional wrestling, Wolverton. It is so simplistic. I mean, I understand these fans out here, because there's probably 8 teeth in a lot of them. There's a lot of Waffle House waitresses, and maybe they can't understand. But, a smart wrestling fan can put 2 and 2 together.
And there's the interference from Miss Rachael.
I didn't see a single bit of interference.
You were too busy calling me John Madden and not watching the match.
Miss Rachael was simply trying to help him back into the ring, but you see his knees are buckling, he can't make it back, and he's just over here cowering. I mean, it's hard to face a man like Anthony Henry. I don't blame him.
The fight is out on the floor. Seth DeLay has taken that shoulder brace off.
And some unanswered shots straight to Anthony Henry's face. That ref needs to get that fist open.
And again, Seth DeLay rammed hard into the ring steps, that injured shoulder, taking the brunt of the abuse. The steps made hardwood steps. You know, there's no give to it.
That's true. I've had many an unfortunate encounter with those steps, and I'll tell you what, I don't care what they're made out of, wood, steel. When you hit it at full force, being flung into them, it doesn't feel good.
Anthony Henry, center of the ring, working on the arm of Seth DeLay, putting his body weight on that shoulder. As he pulls back the arm, that's separating the shoulder, adding that additional body weight of Henry on top of it.
He's trying to pop that shoulder out of its socket.
Seth DeLay looked like he's going to try for a snapmare if he can get his grip, and instead drops right down.
Shin breaker.
Catches it into a head scissor. Beautiful.
What an impressive move. And again, back to the shoulder. See, no fancy, flashy move is going to end this for Seth DeLay. Seth DeLay's going to have to get in there and fight like a man. And Anthony Henry's just putting the screws to him. And some innovative maneuvers from Anthony Henry here, just bending that arm around, kicking it, punching it, pushing it into the steps. And now some pie faces just for a little bit of humiliation.
10 minutes remaining in the contest. 10 minutes.
Well, you hear we're 5 minutes gone in this 15-minute encounter. They have a 15-minute time limit.
And all I can say is that all Seth DeLay could hope for is maybe a time limit draw, because he hasn't been in this match since the opening bell.
Well, Anthony Henry's up top, going in for the kill.
And a desperation maneuver by Seth DeLay.
But it was effective. It turns the tide. DeLay going for a pile driver.
Oh, he's going to steal this match.
Not quite. Anthony Henry still has a little bit left in him.
You commit that to muscle memory. I mean, that's what kicked him out. He was in a daze. He doesn't know where he is right now, but muscle memory. A lesser man would have easily been pinned there.
Anthony Henry comes in, Enziguri right in the corner.
Kick right to the face. Another kick to the face. Seth DeLay's not going to have much of a face left after this.
Anthony Henry could be setting up for a pile driver of his own. No, takes him up. Do a crucifix. And catches the knee. Went for the spin. Henry able to get out of it.
Oh, into a release German suplex. Oh, knee right to the face. It's over. He's out cold.
Kick out at 2.
Yeah, 2 3/4. I mean, I think you could debate that was a solid 3 count. We can obviously chalk that up to the inexperience of Dee Byers.
Dee Byers, one of the longer-term referees here at Anarchy. Since the release of senior referee Brent Wiley, a new senior official has not been declared yet.
And you know, it's sad because a man like Brent Wiley would have made that count. This match would have been over, but just substandard referee has cost Anthony Henry this match, and it's going to take a chance of injuring Seth DeLay even more after this beating is already taken.
Anthony Henry back to work on Seth DeLay. Could be going for a suplex from the top. Seth DeLay shifts his body weight, lands on top of Henry, wasn't able to stay on him for the pin.
They're both in a bad way here after that fall from the second rope.
Slow to make the cover, gets a 2.
Not enough. You just think if he could have made that pin immediately, he would have a shot at it.
Seth DeLay could be going for a vertical suplex. Blocked by Henry. Attempt blocked by DeLay. Up and over. Both men tumble out onto the floor.
Oh, and just a pile of bodies. You watch Anthony Henry's back slam into the lower part of the ring, that unforgivable area. That's just a pure steel bar.
And then just as he lands, the body weight of Seth DeLay comes crashing down on top of him as well.
And if you didn't notice that, as soon as his body weight came down, Seth DeLay hitting his head on that floor, and there are no pads on that floor. This is real professional wrestling. No forgiveness down there on the floor area.
They're fighting right out here in front of our camera crew. DeLay up and over.
Oh!
Just drives the back of Henry's head into the hardwood floor.
And that patented DeLay driver mover, I've never seen it on the outside of the ring, especially off the apron. That's impressive.
We're at the count of 8. Seth DeLay wise to get in and break up the count.
Seth DeLay is breaking up the count.
He's decided, I'm going to take a count out, count him out. But that's perfectly legal. It's any form of victory, pinfall, submission, count out, disqualification, any way to win the match.
So, Wolverton, I wouldn't expect you to understand this because you're not a warrior, but that's a coward's move. Well, Anthony Henry is not a coward. He would not vanquish his foe by a count out. He wants to beat him in the ring, make him submit like a little girl. And you see what type of victory that Seth DeLay is okay with. It's just sickening.
Well, he would have had the count out victory had Miss Rachael not climbed up onto the apron. It gives Anthony Henry a little time to get into the ring. Body slam by Seth DeLay. Now DeLay going up to the top rope. Could be going for the elbow. Seth DeLay realizing where Miss Rachael was, goes to the opposite corner. Smart move. Drops it. No!
Oh! A kick right to the face of Seth DeLay trying to deliver that elbow.
I don't think that was to the face. That may have hit that injured shoulder.
Oh, it did. He hit that injured shoulder from there. What a simply amazing move to isolate that shoulder from your back. And he's got an arm breaker in there. He's got it locked in. And Seth can't get to the ropes.
Seth's trying to roll him up into a cover. Switched over into a variation on the crossface.
He's got that crossface locked in again. He's putting pressure on that shoulder. He's got that arm locked between his legs. He's pulling back, separating out that shoulder.
The way he's got the arm, that's actually a label lock. I was mistaken. Roll up into a 2 count. Action fast and furious in our opening contest here at Hostile Environment 2013. The 5th match of best of 5 series. Ankle lock applied.
Anthony Henry's got to get to those ropes. He's got that ankle locked in. And you have the crowd chanting tap. But the skill of Anthony Henry is, I've never seen an ankle lock turned around before into a variation of the crossface. That is impressive. And again, obviously,
he's trying for the ankle lock again.
Anthony Henry, the more sound technical wrestler, but with that ankle lock and a grapevine, he's got Anthony Henry stuck here in the middle of the... He needs to get to those ropes and get to the ropes quick.
He's back into the center. There's nowhere for Henry to go. He's going to tap.
He is not going to tap. He will not tap. He is a warrior. He will never tap.
He's close.
He is not going to tap. His hand isn't anywhere near tapping. He's got his arm in the wear.
But wait a minute, the bell has sounded.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 15-minute time limit has expired. Therefore, this match is a draw.
Well, there you have it.
The nightmare scenario for Seth DeLay, just taking a beating for 15 minutes, and he actually has to get in the ring with Anthony Henry again. I bet he is praying to never get in the ring with Anthony Henry.
Well, Seth DeLay is pleading his case with Franklin Dove.
He's begging not to get back in the ring with Anthony Henry. He just wants to end it now. No more wrestling. See, he says he doesn't want 5 more minutes.
He just said he wants 5 more.
He said he doesn't want 5 more. He can't handle 5 more minutes with Anthony Henry.
The crowd wants 5 more minutes. Franklin Dove is...
And you can see Anthony Henry says that Seth DeLay is not in good shape. He can't make it 5 more minutes. He is having pity on Seth DeLay. You see him, he's begging, says, Seth, don't make me hurt you, baby. Don't make me hurt you.
Anarchy owner, Mr. Dove. The decision is, it is a time limit draw, therefore there is no winner.
There's no winner.
And Franklin Dove...
I've just been informed that there will be another match at a later date.
A later date? Why couldn't we get it tonight? He wanted the 5 minutes. The only thing stopping is Anthony Henry.
I think Franklin Dove saw that his boy Seth DeLay was about to end his career, and he just said, we got to get Seth DeLay out of the ring. He was a beaten man. Anthony Henry had him reeling on the ropes. He wasn't going to make it much longer. I mean, Seth DeLay was about to tap out when that bell rang.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this series is not over.